tonight, arson suspect arrested. We're learning more about what caused a Duluth synagogue to burn to the ground. Plus, 4 years later and still no answers, but that does not mean hope is lost. We're hearing from friends of Sheila St. Clair tonight. And later, we're taking you to Oktoberfest as it kicks off in Duluth.
From CBS3 Duluth, this is the CBS3 News at 6.
Good evening, I'm Kristen Baki. Anthony has the night off. Breaking news tonight, we're learning police have made an arrest in a connection to the synagogue fire in downtown Duluth. It happened early Monday morning at the Adas Israel congregation. CBS3's Emma Quinn joins us live from the scene of the fire. Emma, what can you tell us?
Kristen, besides someone is now behind bars suspected of arson, we still don't know a lot, including who has been arrested and exactly how they're related to the case. You'll remember the Adas Israel congregation burnt to the ground. Flames broke out around 3:30 on Monday morning on the corner of 3rd Avenue East and 3rd Street. Since then, police, fire, and investigators with the Bureau of Alcohol, Tobacco, Firearms, and Explosives have been studying the case. As we mentioned, we still don't know anything about the suspect, how they're connected to this case, or even how the fire started. But here's what Duluth Police Chief Mike Tuskin said about a couple of people of interest at a press conference earlier this week.
Early on, when our officers responded to the scene, we did have contact with two individuals who were out at that hour. Got their names and their information. Today was a follow-up investigation with our arson investigator and the ATF to follow that lead.
And we're expecting to learn more about these suspects at a press conference tomorrow morning. That is set for 11 a.m. And we'll be live streaming that press conference on our website and our Facebook page. And you can catch all of that on CBS3Duluth.com.
All right, Emma, we know they've been talking about how they plan to demolish what's left of the synagogue. Does it look like much work has been done on that?
Kristen, you can see a little bit of it behind me, but most of it hasn't really been touched since Monday. It's been moved off of the road and onto the sidewalk, so drivers won't hit any of it. But as of right now, there's just caution tape around all of it, and it really doesn't look like anything's been touched.
All right, something we'll continue to follow. Emma Quinn in Duluth tonight. Thanks, Emma. All right, let's head over to Dave for a quick look at the weather. Dave, kind of rainy this morning, but we're heading into a nice weekend, right?
Yeah, things are finally changing around. You know, for 5 days, it's been gray and gloomy and rainy. Oh, my. But now, high pressure's taking over. That low is departing. It should clear tonight, and most of Saturday should be sunny, but maybe not all, because, number one, night will fall eventually. And it may get a little bit gray again as a little rogue low pressure system comes around. So the rundown tonight, like I mentioned, clearing, lows in the 40s for most towns. Saturday, partly cloudy during the day, high in the upper 60s for most towns as well. Saturday night, there's a slight chance overnight for rain, but then Sunday should dry up again. So it's not going to be a wet weekend. It should be a dry and warm one for the most part, and that could spill into the work week. We'll give you the details on a late season warm spell coming our way, coming up in just a little bit. More news.
Dave, it's been 4 years since anyone has heard from Sheila St. Clair. The Duluth woman was reported missing September 15th of 2015. Today, the community came together for a vigil, hoping to shed more light on her open case. CBS3's Caitlin Moffitt has more on how you can help. Caitlin.
Kristen, Sunday marks 4 years to the day since St. Clair was reported missing. Now, the 48-year-old was last seen leaving the Cascade Apartments in Duluth during the morning hours of August 15th, 2015. She was headed to visit family on the White Earth Reservation, but never arrived. Today, family and friends gathered to continue the support and hopefully bring to light any tips that could bring St. Clair home.
You know, the investigator that works on this case keeps a picture of Sheila in his office. And I think that just goes to show you the dedication that we have. Sheila is out there. We haven't brought her home yet, and we need your help to get her home.
$1,000 reward is being offered for anyone with information that leads to St. Clair being found. And anyone wanting to provide tips to police can do so by calling 911 or the Duluth Police Department.
All right, Caitlin Moffitt in the newsroom tonight. Thanks, Caitlin. It's also worth noting this Sunday, people plan to gather in support of Sheila St. Clair at the recently installed Missing and Murdered Indigenous Women billboard located at the intersection of Garfield Avenue and Superior Street in Duluth. It's been almost 3 years since a man was killed in a hit-and-run crash on the Iron Range, and authorities are still looking for the person responsible. Scott Christensen was 24 years old when he was found dead off of Highway 100 near Palo in October of 2016. As law enforcement continues their investigation, Christensen's family is still waiting for answers. The community is invited to support them tomorrow night. A benefit is being held from 3 to 9 o'clock at the Aurora Community Center. The money raised will go to a reward fund for any information leading to an arrest. Governor Tim Walz says his just concluded trade trip to Japan and South Korea was productive and thinks it will lead to new business eventually. Walz told reporters today that the trip reinforced his view that relationships matter. At a time of chaos in trade, he says Japanese and South Korean companies are looking for solid relationships with states that share their values like Minnesota.
This is the first time in 9 years that Minnesota participated in this. It's the first time in the 51-year history that Minnesota hosted our own gathering afterwards, and over 40 unique and new businesses came to learn, and I think the response we're receiving is very positive.
Well, meanwhile, millions of dollars are headed to the Sioux Locks. The Senate Appropriations Committee approved $75 million toward the new Sioux Lock project. Congressman Pete Stauber was just touting the project's importance during a recent trip to Duluth. The funding will allow for a design and construction schedule that could see the new lock built in 7 years rather than 10. Meanwhile, in Wisconsin, lawmakers are trying to regulate public access to police body camera footage. A study committee made up of lawmakers, police, attorneys, and the media has drafted a bill. It states that footage is generally subject to the state's open records law. However, departments could withhold footage featuring minors, victims of violent and sensitive crimes, and subjects with a reasonable expectation of privacy. Footage of deaths, injuries, arrests, and use of force would have to be retained until the case is resolved. The Senate Judiciary Committee plans to hold a hearing on the bill next Tuesday. St. Luke's nurses have authorized a potential strike. Tonight, we're learning more about what comes next. MNA spokespeople say contract negotiations with hospital management did not go well earlier this week. Yesterday, they voted to authorize a strike if it ends up coming to that. The nurses say they do plan to return to the negotiating table, but if they don't reach an agreement with St. Luke's, about 650 nurses could walk off the job. It's now up to the nurses negotiation committee to decide when a strike would start and how long it would last. The MNA is required to file a 10-day notice. St. Luke's issued a statement today saying they're disappointed with the strike authorization. They went on to say 2019 has been a financially challenging year for the hospital and that a strike could put them even further in the hole. We'll continue following this story and bring you any updates as they come in. As the Twin Ports prepares to see some major construction projects over the next several years, a sweet sign in Hermantown today. That's where 8 newly trained carpenters graduated from a special program, preparing them for trades in construction. The Workforce Development Center says the jobs are badly needed, with $1 billion worth of construction projects scheduled. Also to note, 6 of the 8 graduates today are women. Women represent just 12% of skilled trade workers across Minnesota. Well, if you're someone who is superstitious, then you're not quite in luck. Today is Friday the 13th, but adding to the superstition is a full moon. According to the Farmer's Almanac, the last time that this occurred was June of 2014. Peak viewing of the moon will occur at 11:32 this evening. Happening right now, it's the first ever Duluth October Festival. The 3-day event is expected to bring thousands to Bayfront Festival Park, and that's where we find CBS3's Jenna Wells. Hey, Jenna, how much fun are you having out there?
Hey, we're having so much fun, Kristen. There is live music, dancing, lots of beer, of course, and delicious smelling food. I'm actually joined right now by Ryan Kern. Come on up. He's the president of Kern & Company, who is the event organizers here. So tell us a little bit about the very first ever Duluth Oktoberfest.
Well, I can tell you it's a lot of fun, that's for sure. It's a great opportunity for us to get down here. You know, there's so many families down here, too. We build it as a family event, and people are just having a great time.
Awesome. Were you expecting this many people to come out today?
You know, not really. I mean, it's the weather is not really a factor because all the tents are indoors. So we want to encourage people to come out because you're sheltered. And so again, everybody expect this many people. You just never know what to expect at a first-year event. So we're very happy.
Yeah, it's really great. There's a lot of great costumes. You look great. You have a beer.
I do have a beer, and of course, when you're drinking at Oktoberfest, it's measured in liters. So there's either a half a liter or the 1 full liter. Now, mind you, that's a lot of beer. I'll tell you what, it's a two-handed. You got to carry it with 2 hands because the glass is heavy, coupled with the beer that makes it even heavier.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much for putting this on. We're having so much fun here, and thank you for joining me.
You're very welcome.
Again, yeah, we're here at Bayfront. We're having a great time here at the very first Duluth Oktoberfest.
It looks and sounds like a lot of fun. Thanks, Jenna. Switching gears now, in some entertainment news tonight, we're learning rock star Eddie Money has died. Of course, that's just one of his hit songs. A publicist for Money said the singer died after he recently announced he had stage 4 cancer. Cindy Ronzoni provided a statement from the family saying he died peacefully this morning in Los Angeles. He was 70 years old. The husky-voiced blue-collar performer was known for such hits as 2 Tickets to Paradise and, of course, Take Me Home Tonight. He surely will be missed. Still to come on Live Local CBS 3, after devastating flooding in recent years, Ashland is hoping for some help. Details next.
Kristen's right. Eddie Money will be missed. Twice at Fortune Bay, I was his outdoor concert meteorologist. There is such a thing when our outdoor show has rain insurance. Well, concerts outdoors this weekend should become nice. The rain is going away and sunshine's coming back, except for one small exception, which we'll point out coming up after our break.
My name is Alicia. One of the benefits of Profile has been referring friends. The best part has been watching friends of mine and other people that I know join the Profile program and have similar success and also start to feel great about themselves.
Update your home with the safety and warmth of a gas fireplace with the best looking flame in Duluth. At the Fireplace Corner, we take your old, drafty wood-burning fireplace to warm and reliable with our Heat and Glow gas inserts. Our Heat and Glow selection and financing options are backed by our 100% done right guarantee. Don't wait for the cold. Call or stop in today and visit your local Heat and Glow gas fireplace experts with the best looking flame in Duluth. Or click thefireplacecorner.com for our full selection.
Need to operate worry-free on terrain where other machines just won't cut it? Kubota SVL Series track loaders are designed for the difficult jobs that require extra traction and stability. They're highly maneuverable, have best-in-class bucket breakout force, excellent visibility, comfortable cabs, and a large assortment of available attachments. Right now, take advantage of 0.99% APR financing for up to 60 months on a Kubota SVL track loader.
No one serves you better than Lulich Implement.
Experience stylish new arrivals from Dansko Shoes at Bender's Shoes. This fall, new styles are available in the classic clog, booties, Mary Janes, lace-ups, and more. For shoes with incredible comfort and style, choose Dansko Shoes, available at Bender's Shoes.
Moose Lake Brewing Oktoberfest. MooseLakeLive.com for tickets.
Football season means new recliner season. Kick off the season with great savings at Bob's Factory Outlet in Park Falls and Ashland. Choose from 4 rocker recliner styles by Ashley Furniture with great savings starting at $299. Cozy up during the fall season with a Lane Cutler recliner on sale for $699. Complete your living room with a Lane recliner sofa on sale for $999. Bob's Factory Outlet's recliner season sale ends September 28th.
They're live, they're local. Watch the CBS 3 News with Kristen Baki and Anthony Matt tonight at 6, right after the CBS Evening News at 5:30.
Profile is a really unique program, and we're backed by one of the biggest health systems in the world, designed by physicians and researchers, and we're able to actually guarantee that our members are going to lose weight. Trust in the plan. We guarantee that you're going to lose 15% of your weight in 1 year.
This fall, these Survivor legends are back.
All right, let's get to work.
To take a whole new set of castaways to school.
It's about time the Queen teaches others some of her tricks.
Everything that happened is a lesson. No one knows the game of Survivor better than myself.
No way! Think of this place as a Survivor boot camp.
Oh, no!
Survivor, Island of the Idols, Wednesday, September 25th.
CBS3 Weather is brought to you by Lulich Implement.
Now, the CBS3 Duluth Weather Max forecast with meteorologist Dave Anderson.
Well, for another day, we're going to take a look at advisories and warnings that are going on, but hopefully this is the last day for a while. So these slew of warnings here and advisories deal with boaters once again because of the high winds out there from our departing low pressure system. Small craft advisories in effect on the Big Lake till 10 o'clock tonight, and the whole lake in general is covered by a gale warning until 4 o'clock in the morning, and that could, of course, affect some lakeside towns with the higher winds you might have to watch out for. Maybe a little bit of that lakeshore flooding as the winds are driving the waves across the lake. But tomorrow things should ease up for winds and for temperatures, and the precip will go away for the most part, at least for a few hours, with a little bit of an exception, which we'll explain here. Right now we take a look at the current conditions at the airport, and it's still cloudy, still getting some sprinkles. Temperature is 53 degrees, cooler than normal, but that should change tomorrow towards warmer than normal for a few days. Wind westerly 22 miles per hour, hence the gale warning. Relative humidity is 80%, and our air pressure still low at 29.89, but a couple of highs are barreling down towards us, and that should increase barometer readings for the most part for the next several days. The exception is going to be tomorrow night, where we do get a small chance for a little bit of rain returning for a couple of hours. But that's about it for the next several days. Current temps include 50 International Falls, 49 Hibbing, 52 Moose Lake, and 54 in Superior. We have 55 in Hayward and Ironwood, 56 Watersmeet, 57 Ashland, and 54 degrees up the Gunflint Trail. So again, cooler than normal today, but back towards normal tomorrow and warmer than normal beginning on Sunday for several days, perhaps even the whole week ahead. All right, here's our low pressure system starting to depart, and that means just some spotty showers around the area right now. The big soaker of yesterday should be gone as this low pressure system goes away, pulling up to the north and the east, allowing higher pressure to take over for the daylight hours tomorrow. Saturday should come up clear to partly cloudy. But again, come tomorrow night for a few hours from 7 p.m. Saturday night to 7 a.m. Sunday morning, this little rogue low pressure system could bring back a shower chance before things do dry up and clear up again as early as Sunday. And then they'll stay that way for several days, which we will show you with our 7-day forecast. Tonight in Minnesota, inland could get a little brisk towards International Falls, upper 30s, but low to mid 40s for much of the rest of the towns in that zone. Decreasing clouds in Wisconsin and Michigan too, with lows there from 44 to 49. Tomorrow's daytime highs, Wisconsin, Michigan. If 67 or so is our normal high, we're going 67 to 70. Partly cloudy during the day, slight rain chance. At night on Saturday, Minnesota range of high temps, 64 to about 70. A little bit cooler by the lake. Now, the extended forecast, Kristen, what a week coming up. There's that slight night chance of rain Saturday into Sunday morning, and then Sunday itself, 74. Sunny Monday and Tuesday, 74 to 78 degrees. And then our next chance of rain comes around by Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. About 30 to 40% chances for showers. And we don't shake off the warm temperatures. We stay in the 70s all the way through next Friday.
Wow. You know I won't complain about that forecast. I like it.
I'm trying to think of something to complain about, too, and I can't.
I know. That's a good thing. I like when you bring me these forecasts.
Yeah, we've got to keep that smile on our faces.
Absolutely. Thanks, Dave. Ashland County is looking for ways to reduce flooding after spending more than $25 million on flood repairs after severe storms in 2016. Officials hope a new pilot project will make an even bigger dent. CBS 3's Emma Quinn spoke with conservationists from Ashland County to learn how it would help.
A bipartisan bill funding the proposed pilot project would bring in another $150,000. That money would allow the county to design and install measures that would reduce flooding. Those include raising stream beds, reconnecting streams to floodplains, and preventing floodplains from going downstreams. Conservation officials say being able to preserve land and infrastructure is important in a rural area.
Restoration is far, far less expensive than rebuilding infrastructure in the aftermath of a storm event.
Conservationists say the solutions this pilot project brings to light in Ashland County could help provide statewide insight.
All right, sticking with Wisconsin, the state's archery and crossbow hunting season for deer starts tomorrow. The Department of Natural Resources says nearly a quarter of all bow hunters have had an accident involving a tree stand, but experts say a few techniques could change that. The DNR reports less than half of Wisconsin deer hunters use a safety harness every time they climb. Experts say you should always wear a full body harness, use 3 points of contact while climbing in and out of your tree stand, and use a haul line to raise or lower your unloaded weapon instead of trying to carry it up in your hands. Good luck to all those hunters out there this weekend. And Kelly's here now.
Yes.
With some sports and maybe some hiccups, huh?
No, don't jinx it. I was feeling like it wasn't going to happen. Yeah, I've been over here hiccuping for a while, so I'm sorry. But yeah, we got high school football.
Yeah.
We got lots of football on tap from now until Sunday. Coming up, we're going to have a preview of tomorrow's UMD football game. That's next in sports.
The North Face in Columbia Sporty does 60% off. Northwest Outlet Superior.
We're going above and beyond to get the full story. Asking the tough questions is just part of the job.
CBS3 live cams are brought to you by Kohler Toyota, home of the largest selection of SUVs in the Northland. Visit KohlerToyota.com for 50th anniversary specials.
When it's time to shop for Medicare, it's hard to know where to look. But then I found Essentia Care, a Medicare plan from UCare that partners with the folks I already know at Essentia Health. I can visit any of Essentia Health's 15 hospitals and 75 clinics. My plan is not only affordable, it covers my prescriptions too. And there's just one number to call whenever I need help. Learn more about Essentia Care by visiting ucare.org/Essentia.
The ups and downs of frequent mood swings can plummet you to extreme lows, lift you to intense highs, or make you feel both at once. Overwhelmed by bipolar 1 symptoms? Ask about Vraylar. Some medications only treat the lows or the highs. Vraylar effectively treats depression, acute manic, and mixed episodes of bipolar 1. Full spectrum relief of all symptoms with just one pill once a day. Elderly patients with dementia-related psychosis have an increased risk of death or stroke. Call your doctor about unusual changes in behavior or suicidal thoughts. Antidepressants can increase these in children and young adults. Report fever, stiff muscles, or confusion, which may mean a life-threatening reaction, or uncontrollable muscle movements may be permanent. Side effects may not appear for several weeks. Metabolic changes may occur. Movement dysfunction, restlessness, sleepiness, stomach issues are common side effects. When bipolar 1 overwhelms, Vraylar helps smooth the ups and downs.
At Super One Foods, we go to great measures to deliver you with top quality meat every day. Try our bone-in chicken breast, only 99 cents per pound. And Black Angus sirloin tip steak, only $3.99 per pound. Plus, we provide the best of the best in fresh produce. Get new crop Honeycrisp apples, only $1.66 per pound. And extra large peppers, 99 cents each. Through all that we do, we've got you in mind. Super One Foods, serving you lower prices and better choices.
Here's this week's CBS3 Game Day lineup. Brought to you by Kohler Hyundai. You're not just getting a car, you're getting Kohler.
If you're looking for the best place to pick up a pizza, might we recommend the place with pizza in the name? Call Pizza Hut now to pick up a large 3-topping pizza for just $7.99. No one out-pizzas the Hut.
With over 30 years of providing the best service in the Northland, Ogston's Body and Paint has built their reputation through honesty and respect. So when bad things happen to your vehicle, trust Ogston's to make them right again. Conveniently located at 50 West Central Entrance.
Choose local and save up to $500 the first year. Superior Fuel Stable Propane Plan takes the stress out of buying propane. No worries, no hassles, just savings. Find out how much you can save. Call Superior Fuel today.
Now, CBS3 Sports with Kelly Hinson.
It's Friday, folks, which means it's the start of a 3-day football spree from high school to college to pro on UMD Football Media Day back in the spring. Quarterback John Larson said that this year's training camp would be different. And for him, it was. This year, he didn't have to fight for his spot atop the quarterback depth chart. He knew he was the guy coming into the camp and into week 1. So now with a win under his belt and 3 touchdown passes to go along with it, he says he's feeling even more confident leading this offense. The good news for the Bulldogs is before their game with Minnesota State Moorhead tomorrow, a team they beat 60-7 just a year ago.
John settled in early. I thought he played a really good football game for the most part. He was comfortable. I thought John, overall played one of his better games as far as mentally and as far as being able to take a deep breath at the line of scrimmage, get guys lined up, execute, and do a good job at, throughout the game.
Yeah, after that first series, after sitting out for 6 games, I believe, at the end of last year, I had a lot of build up in my head about this game. So after that first series, after one nice run, I just felt like I was playing football again.
Kickoff between UMD and MSU Moorhead is tomorrow at 6:00 p.m. Another game under the lights, the only way to football, I think. Both teams enter 1-0 on this season. Well, Mother Nature hasn't been too kind to the Northland this past week with the on and off rain and storms. And UMD Cross Country is paying the price. Tomorrow's Bulldog Cross Country Invitational has been canceled due to inclement weather throughout this past week. Ground conditions at the Nemadji Golf Course are not up to par to host a cross country meet. Therefore, it has been canceled and will not be made up. After an extra week of training, the Bulldogs return to action on Saturday, September 28th at the Roy Griak Invitational at the Bolstad Golf Course in Minneapolis. The women's race gets underway at 11:10, followed by the men at 12:20. The Milwaukee Brewers are putting safety first when it comes to foul balls. The team announced today that they will extend the protective netting on the field level for the 2020 season, like the Astros have done at Minute Maid Park, as you can see here. The team plans to add an additional 105 feet of netting on the first base side and 145 feet of netting along third base. The project comes after several people, including children, have been severely injured by foul balls in ballparks around the country over the last few years. So hopefully a project that most ballparks will follow suit in.
Absolutely.
An important thing. Yeah.
Speaking of projects, we have something big coming up tonight, Kelly.
Am I taking
you
it away?
Take it away.
Tonight on the CBS3 News at 10. Thanks, Kristen. It's week 3 of the high school football season in the state of Minnesota. Another edition of Red Zone Live is on tap. CBS3 will have a huge number of games all throughout the Northland. Be sure to tune into CBS3 News at 10 following the news as I bring you the best highlights from around the region.
Looking forward to that.
Best day of the week.
I know.
True.
It is fun.
Can't argue that.
No, and if you haven't tuned in yet, you have to, because it's highlights from all over.
All over.
Big focus on high school.
Our crew does a great job of really just spreading out the coverage and getting as many teams. That's kind of our goal every week, is to just get as many teams packed in there. So it's very exciting.
It's a lot of fun.
Yeah.
All right. So tune back in at 10 o'clock for that and a lot more. We'll see you then.